When you're trading options, there are a lot of things that we can suggest that you might do, not do, etc., etc. But one thing I really would discourage you from doing is routing a market order to buy or sell an option, to open it or close it. Here's why. Let's think about what a market order actually is. To the regulators, a market order is held to neither time or price. What does that mean? Well, in the old days before electronic trading, when orders were, you'd call up a broker on a telephone? Yeah, telephone. Broker would jot down the order and say, okay, yeah, you want to buy this stock for, let's say the stock's trading at $48. The broker might take that order, and because the broker is not held to time or price, that broker might say, gee, I think I can get you a better price than $48. Maybe if the stock goes up to $48.10, I'll sell it at $48.10 and you'll get 10 cents better. But what happens? Well, the stock goes down to, $47.90, $47.80, and the broker says, okay, maybe I'll just sell it here and be done with it. So the broker sells the stock at $47.80, 20 cents below where it was when you thought you were routing the order. And can you complain? Well, you can complain all you want, but really, when you route a market order, the broker is not held to time or price. Okay? Now, that's a little less of an issue than it is in the electronic world. Okay? When you route a market order, there's no real delay. The orders get routed in milliseconds, but still, in theory, the brokerage firm isn't held to time or price. Okay, so that what can happen is you can get really lousy fills with market orders. And what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at a stock like GE. Fairly, actively traded stock. A couple of million shares have traded. Look at some of these options, though. Let's open up the ones with 17 days, a regular expiration. Even the ones going out to, let's say, 46 days. They're even worse. And what do I mean by worse? The 280 calls, 415 to 455. The 290s, 585 to 645. So used to say you could drive a truck through those things. And if you were, let's pull up open interest just to show you here. Where's my open interest? Right there. So even with relatively high open interest of a couple of thousand contracts, the market is fairly wide. If I went in and it routed an order to buy this 290 call at the market, I should be filled at 645, but there's no actual guarantee. Okay, and if I do, that's why when I do, let's say I put an order in to buy this option, it comes in with a default of a limit order. What is a limit order? Well, a limit order says I will pay $6.45 for this option and no higher. Going back to that example where I was using the $48 stock price. Market order broker is not held to time or price. A limit order, the broker cannot pay more than the limit price or sell less than the limit price. So if the stock order went at $48, if the limit order to sell at $48, broker can sell it higher, $48.10, but cannot sell it lower. Can't sell it at $47.80 like that example. Here, same thing. The broker can't fill you. If I put a limit order at $6.45, you can't get filled at $6.50, right? You might get filled better, but there's no guarantee of that. So why don't I like market orders? Because you're giving up control. One of the big issues in trading longevity, in successful trading, is keeping your execution costs to a minimum. Now, you're not going to do it for free. You can't execute with zero costs, ultimately. Okay, but you try to keep your commissions low, fees low, that sort of thing. What some people miss is the whole slippage argument. And I've done videos about this, about how to trade in and out of stock or in the money options, for example, to reduce your slippage. But here, if I paid $6.45 for that call, I'm just giving up that edge, whatever the theoretical value of that option is, probably around, I don't know, $6.20 or something like that. I'm giving up all that edge to the market maker. So here's what would happen when I was trading on the floor, trading bond options. The way a market order would be held is the broker wouldn't necessarily reveal that. So let's say a customer wanted to sell the September 113 calls. I'm just picking a number. The broker would come in and say, okay, the Sep 113s, where are they? And the crowd would come back, 40 ticks, 40 bid at 42. Sorry. Okay. So that means the crowd is going to buy at 40 ticks, sell at 42 ticks. At that point, then, the broker would say, sell 10 at 40. So what's the broker doing? Routing, in effect, a limit order to sell on the bid price. Okay. So that way, the broker knew he was going to get his customer 40 cents to sell him at 40 cents. Could he have just said, I get 10 to sell at the market? And what would the market makers do? That 40-cent bid just drops to 30. Okay? You don't want to make the market maker's job any easier. Okay? They're not trying to do you any favors. Don't do them any favors either. And in the electronic world now, yeah, you're typically not going to see that. But you can see when I'm thinking, gee, I'm going to pay, this is now $6.40 for that option. By the time I route the order, even though it takes milliseconds, if the stock price changes in that time, the market makers, the electronic liquidity providers, can lift their offer. So I see, let's say, paying $6.40 here. By the time I route the order, it might jump up to $6.45. If I route a market order, I'm filled at $6.45, when I might have been able to get filled at $6.40 on a limit order. And if you are routing any order in options, use limit orders. Even if you want to lift an offer, pay $6.40 or hit a bid at $5.85, use a limit order. That way you're not getting any worse. It also gives you practice working orders and using price discovery. You don't get any price discovery with a market order. What do I mean by that? So like I said, okay, you drive a truck through this thing. Okay. I don't know really though, $6.40 or $5.85. I might try to buy this for, let's say, I don't know, maybe $6.10 mid price. Okay. Do I get filled? Yes or no? Okay. Maybe I get filled. Maybe I don't. If I don't get filled to $6.10, maybe I take it up to, I don't know, $6.15. $6.15 is a better fill than $6.40. Okay. If I don't get filled, maybe I have to take it up to $6.20. And so the point is, the limit orders give you control for your execution price. Market orders, give it up. If you have to get out of a trade, it's expiration, you've got a minute to go and you want to close out an in-the-money option, and you don't, did videos where, should you buy stock or sell stock against an in-the-money position, that sort of thing, to reduce your slippage. Let's say you just want to close an order and say, I just want to be done with this, put a market order in. Don't. Okay? Use limit orders. And in the example where I route, let's say, a $6.40 bid to buy this for $6.40, if in the instant when I route the order, suddenly the offer goes to $6.45, fine. Okay? If I have less than a minute to go before expiration, fine. Change the limit price to $6.45. Don't switch it to a market order. That is especially true with spreads. Two options, let's say a vertical or an iron condor, please do not use market orders when trading those things. Don't do it. You will get eaten alive. Okay? You'll give up way too much slippage. And that's one thing you can control in your trading. You can't control the direction of the market. You can't control whether you're going to make money on a trade, on a strategy or not, but you can control your slippage. And something like these GE options, I mean, I probably wouldn't trade these things anyway. $5.85 to $6.40, I don't care if the stock's $3.22. These are wide markets. Compare that to SPY, for example. Go down to SPY. SPY is the granddaddy of liquidity. You know, even this for $757 stock, these things are, 4 cents wide. So if I were buying this option, would I go 1326? No. Would I put a market order in? If I put a market order in this with all this open interest in the activity, yeah, I'd probably get filled at the ask price. In other words, put a market order in to buy it, I'd probably get filled at 1323. But why take the risk? Just put in a 1323 bid, and if it's trading at 1320, I'll get filled better. Okay, so do limit order. That's why, again, when you're routing these orders, they are default limit. Okay, do not switch it over to market. Use a default limit trade. You can adjust the limit price to do price discovery. But please, when you are routing option orders and even stock, I'd be very suspicious about routing market orders and stock. I don't like that either. Okay. Maintain control of your executions with limit orders. Again, none of this is a trade recommendation, and whenever you do trade, please do not take any more risk than you are comfortable with.